Meditation is a play of the bhav. We have bhav, we have vichar, and we have kriya. Bhav are your innermost feelings, emotions. Vichar is your thoughts, and kriya is your action. Actions are preceded by your thoughts, and this is the most important thing. Your thoughts are designed by your bhav, something that you believe yourself to be, your innermost identification is bhav. Two friends are talking to each other in their young age. Up until now, both of them have not yet decided what they're going to be. As the talks keep going, spanning over many weeks, months, who knows, years, suddenly, at one point, two friends meet, and one says, I decided I'm going to be a doctor. And another one says, I'm going to be an engineer. Now, they have projected themselves to be a doctor, to be an engineer, respectively. So the friend who is going to be a doctor, now his thought process has completely changed. Now they are diverging from each other. He is always now going to look for all the information that he can collect how to become a doctor, what school to go to, what would be required to be in the med school, what is the field like after I become a doctor, what would I do? I would do a private practice or a job or whatever. All his thoughts are now designed with the innermost bhav that he's going to be a doctor. He himself has projected himself being a doctor. And the same thing with the engineer. So that's how profound bhav is. So meditation is purifying your bhav. Meditation is where you observe yourself, all your thoughts, all your beliefs, all your convictions. You become a witness of it. As the meditation starts getting deeper and deeper and deeper, thoughts start withering away. But the bhav is very difficult to change until you come in contact with the consciousness. Consciousness is formless, is mystical, because there is nothing to see in it. There is no definition of it. It's a vast emptiness. But somewhere along the line, as the meditation gets deeper, your bhav starts changing so that you perceive yourself to be the consciousness, transcending your old belief about your ego. You rise higher. First you were trying to find the consciousness, and now you are the consciousness. These are the two major changes. One is that of a seeker, and one that is of a realized seeker, self-realized. So as you settle down in the deeper meditative processes and accept and realize, rather realize and accept in that order, the identification, your self-identification as the consciousness, your outlook towards the world, the sansar changes. Now you are riding over and above the sansar, even over and above all the roles that you have played, whether you were a doctor or an engineer or a later career or whatever. All those were temporary things. And now you have transcended to something that is higher. Even though that is not something you can share with other people because that's not visible. No matter how many words you use to describe it, it will remain untouchable by the words or actions or descriptions, no matter how much you try. This is a deep-seated vow that has come out from within, that you are the consciousness. So how do you deal with sansar from this point onward? Up until this vow was created within you, you knew only of the sansar. You were born in sansar. You studied in sansar. You made friends in sansar. You got relatives in sansar. All your objectives, all your goals, all your efforts, all your aspirations, all your disappointments, all your winning, all your losing, everything was in sansar. Because sansar was it. But with the deeper states of meditation, when you start riding on the consciousness itself, that's when things change. Now the sansar looks like a temporary process because consciousness is perpetual. It is sanatan. And from this sanatan, perpetual state, you start looking at the sansar as a temporary process. Just like living in your home, which you consider home, or renting an Airbnb when you go on a vacation. They both look the same, not figuratively, but both are homes. The Airbnb is somebody else's home. You may never see the owner, but the house is there. You came into this world which was already designed by so many previous people with their contributions, and especially the house that you were born in by your parents, your predecessors. And now that you are here, you get it ready-made. The house was ready for you. And you are working, you are enjoying this stay. contributing your time. Again, you did the same thing to your children. So it's a temporary stay. There is no permanent ownership of the Sansar. Sansar is Airbnb. You are here, and your contribution towards it is the rent you pay to stay. But until you connect with the consciousness, you have a feeling that this is your permanent home. And you forget, and we all know that death and the taxes are two certain things in life. But we tend to neglect it. And we start believing this world as a permanent home. Even our home is not a permanent home, let alone Airbnb that we rent. So if our innermost bhav starts changing, consider yourself that you have elevated. You have elevated yourself to the consciousness level. And you're getting success in meditation. You live your life as if you are on vacation. And you are in this Airbnb, owner of which is someone else. You are here as a temporary stay. And this stay will be over sooner or later. Suddenly, everything will change because your bhav has changed. Now, with this new bhav, you will be investing wisely. Investing not just money, your time, your efforts, your friendships, your involvement in Sansar, how deep you want to go versus how superficial you want to remain. Because this is Airbnb. This is not a permanent thing. You don't go to Airbnb and start making permanent plans for it. You know you enjoy it, but you always know that you are not the owner of it. You are here temporarily. And this way, your life becomes a joy because you have freedom, no permanent obligations to anything or anyone. You come, you stay, and you leave. That's the way it has been for millions and millions of people before you. And it will be like that for millions and millions and zillions of people after that. This is the flow called Sansar. There is nothing permanent. So go deep in meditation. Rise higher to the level of consciousness. Realize the peace and tranquility in it. And glide on this peace and tranquility. And look at the life. Look at the Sansar as Airbnb. Do not make any permanent plans here. And this bhav will lead you to the freedom of life, the fearlessness of life, the joy of life. Sansar is transient, and there is nothing wrong with it because it is its nature. It will never be a time where anyone can claim this to be a permanent residence. Alexander didn't survive. Genghis Khan didn't survive. Residence will not survive. Everybody has left their signature on it, but they all had to move out. It's a beautiful arrangement by some higher power. The same power is where you're gonna be in the state of consciousness. With this full awareness, live your life, which is a temporary stay in Sansar, like you are staying in Airbnb. Do not make any permanent homes. Do not make any plans to keep your name and fame immortal. Come here, contribute, and leave without making any permanent foundations here. In a moment of time, these foundations will be broken. All the foundations have been broken. So realize this. Rise higher and enjoy your life. With meditation, change your bhav. This bhav of a temporary stay. Your life as a temporary stay rather than a permanent situation. This will keep you free all the time. Free to enjoy the rising sun. Free to enjoy whoever comes in your life. Be friends with them. Do not seek anything. Do not run after anything. And remain immortal as consciousness. Have a good day.